Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've spent minutes searching for your glasses only to find them perched right on top of your head? Chuckles. Oh, I've been there too. But here's the good news. Just like our bodies need movement to stay strong, our brains need a little exercise to stay sharp. And it doesn't have to feel like homework. In fact, some of the most enjoyable hobbies out there can give your brain the workout it craves. Today we're talking about 4 fun, beginner-friendly hobbies that'll help keep your mind young, focused, and ready for whatever life throws at you. Let's dive in. Let's start with something colorful. Painting. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm no Picasso. But here's the secret. It's not about creating a masterpiece. It's about letting your imagination run wild. When you pick up a brush, you're making decisions about colors, shapes, and textures, all of which fire up different parts of your brain. Plus, focusing on that canvas can feel almost meditative. Ever notice how time slips away when you're lost in a project? That's your brain thanking you for the break from everyday stress. If you're new to painting, start simple. Grab a small set of watercolors or acrylics. They're forgiving and easy to clean. Try painting a sunrise, a bowl of fruit, or even abstract swirls. No rules. And if you're feeling stuck, there are plenty of free tutorials online that'll guide you step by step. The goal here isn't perfection, it's play, and who knows? You might surprise yourself with what you create. Now, let's talk about something many of us loved as kids. Puzzles. Whether it's a 300-piece jigsaw of a tranquil garden or a daily crossword, puzzles are like a gym session for your brain. They challenge your memory, pattern recognition, and problem-solving skills, all while you're sitting comfortably with a cup of tea. Here's a pro tip: mix it up. If crosswords feel too intimidating, try a Sudoku or a word search. Or if you want to get social, invite a friend over for a puzzle marathon. My neighbor Margaret and I have a weekly puzzle night. We crank up the jazz, pour some lemonade, and race to finish the border first. It's a blast and it keeps both our brains and our friendship strong. The key is to start with puzzles that feel challenging but not frustrating. If a 1,000-piece puzzle of the Eiffel Tower makes you want to flip the table, try a 100-piece one instead. Progress, not pressure, that's the motto. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried painting or puzzles before? Share your stories in the comments below. Maybe you've got a grandkid who's an art whiz, or perhaps you've got a dusty puzzle in the closet that's begging for a comeback. Whatever it is, let's inspire each other. And don't go anywhere, because up next we're going to explore 2 more hobbies that'll keep your brain buzzing. One of them might even get you moving in ways you haven't in years. But I'll save that surprise for later. For now, grab those paintbrushes or puzzle pieces, and let's give our brains the joy they deserve. Trust me, your future self will thank you. There's something magical about getting your hands in the soil, isn't there? The smell of fresh earth, the warmth of the sun on your back, it's like therapy, but with dirt. And guess what? Gardening isn't just good for your soul, it's a powerhouse for your brain. When you're planning where to plant those tulip bulbs or figuring out why your tomatoes aren't ripening, you're giving your brain a full workout. You're problem solving, remembering seasonal patterns, and even getting a little creative with color combinations. Plus, all that bending and digging, that's a sneaky way to stay flexible while your mind stays sharp. Now, if you're new to gardening, start small. A windowsill herb garden or a single pot of marigolds is perfect. No backyard? No problem. Container gardening works wonders on patios or balconies. My friend Carl started with a single basil plant in his apartment. Now he's the tomato king of his retirement community. The key is to experiment. Maybe you'll fall in love with growing succulents, or maybe you'll discover a passion for composting. Either way, every time you nurture a plant, you're nurturing your brain too. Now, let's switch gears to something that'll make your heart and your hippocampus sing. Music. Whether you're dusting off an old guitar, trying a ukulele, or even learning to read sheet music for the first time, playing an instrument is like a cross-training workout for your brain. It lights up areas responsible for memory, coordination, and even math. Yes, math. Ever counted out a rhythm? That's your inner mathematician shining through. And here's the best part. You don't have to be Mozart. Start with simple songs you love. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Perfect. Happy Birthday? Even better. Apps like Simply Piano or YouTube tutorials can guide you note by note, and many are tailored for seniors. My cousin Edna picked up the harmonica at 75. She says it's easier than knitting. Now she serenades her cat every morning. It's not Carnegie Hall, but that cat, he's her biggest fan. If instruments feel daunting, try singing. Join a local choir or just belt out your favorite tunes in the shower. Music connects us to memories, moods, and even people. Ever heard a song that instantly takes you back to your 20s? That's your brain firing up old neural pathways and creating new ones. But maybe you're thinking, I've got 2 left feet and no rhythm. Well, let me let you in on a secret. Dancing isn't about being perfect, it's about letting go. When you dance, whether it's a waltz, line dancing, or even chair dancing, you're coordinating movement with the music, which forces your brain and body to work together. It's a triple threat: boosts memory, improves balance, and floods your system with feel-good endorphins. Start with something simple. Put on a favorite song and tap your feet while you're making breakfast. Try a seated dance video on YouTube. They're fantastic for beginners. Or grab a partner and shuffle around the living room. My husband and I have sock hop Saturdays. We throw on old rock and roll records and dance in our socks. Half the time we're laughing too hard to keep the beat, but who cares? We're having fun, and our brains are soaking up the benefits. So there you have it. Gardening to ground you, music to move you, and dancing to delight you. Each of these hobbies is a doorway to a sharper, more vibrant mind. But don't just take my word for it. Try one this week. Plant a seed, hum a melody, or sway to a song while you fold laundry. Your brain doesn't care if you're good at it. It just craves the joy of trying something new. And remember, this isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about finding little moments of play in your day. After all, staying sharp isn't a chore. It's an adventure. And you're never too old to embark on one. You know, when I started this journey to keep my brain sharp, I never imagined how much fun it would be. Painting, puzzles, gardening, music, it's like rediscovering pieces of myself I'd tucked away for years. And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Staying mentally young isn't about rigid routines or complicated rules. It's about finding joy in the little things. The stroke of a brush, the click of a puzzle piece, the first bloom of a flower you nurtured yourself. But let's take a moment to tie this all together. Whether you're dabbling in watercolors, wrestling with a crossword, or dancing like nobody's watching, every one of these hobbies is doing something extraordinary for your brain. They're building new connections, strengthening old ones, and reminding you that growth doesn't retire after 70. In fact, this might just be the perfect time to bloom. Now, I want you to think about this. What's one hobby you've always wanted to try but never did? Maybe it's that guitar gathering dust in the attic, or the gardening gloves you bought on a whim last spring. Here's your sign to finally give it a go. Start small. No pressure, no deadlines. Just curiosity. Because every time you try something new, you're telling your brain, hey, we're not done yet. And that's a powerful message. And don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Remember Edna and her harmonica? Her first note sounded like a goose in a windstorm, but now, she's the star of her retirement home's talent show. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, laughing at the messy parts, and celebrating the progress. That's where the magic happens. Let's talk about legacy for a second. When you pour love into a hobby, you're not just nurturing your brain, you're creating stories. That painting? Maybe it'll hang in your grandchild's home someday. That garden? It could become a sanctuary for the next family who lives here. These hobbies aren't just for you, they're gifts to the people who love you, proof that life keeps getting richer no matter your age. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one hobby from our list, just one, and give it 15 minutes a day this week. Sing in the shower, plant a single seed, or dig out that old puzzle. Notice how it makes you feel. Does your mind feel clearer? Do you catch yourself smiling more? That's your brain thanking you for the adventure. Before I let you go, I want to leave you with this. Aging isn't about loss. It's about gaining wisdom, joy, and the freedom to reinvent yourself every single day. You've spent decades caring for others. Now it's time to care for that brilliant brain of yours. And hey, if you stumble, that's okay. I've got paint stains on my favorite shirt and a cactus I somehow overwatered, but I'm still here, still learning, still growing. Now I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which hobby are you excited to try? Or maybe you've already started one. Share your wins, your oops moments, your aha discoveries. Let's build a community where we cheer each other on because nobody should journey alone. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who needs a little nudge to try something new. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We've got plenty more tips, stories, and adventures coming your way. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, the best time to start keeping your brain young was 20 years ago. The second best time? Right now. So go on. Pick up that brush, piece together that puzzle, or dance like it's 1969. Your brain's ready, are you?